What's up, average dad fans? Welcome back to another video, and it's about the OPPO. Yes, after yesterday's very quick video telling you that the OPPO Find N5 is now available for pre-order on the Average Dad Tech Store, well, we had 10 orders in very quick timing. Thank you very much. However, I did notice a lot of comments and questions regarding what's different about the N5 and N3 now that we actually have the specs and we have the N5 available to buy. I also noticed that some people were disappointed that it seems to be a bit of a downgrade in some areas. So I just wanted to not set the record straight, but just give you the facts about what is upgraded on the N5. And I think it's particularly good timing because obviously we've just had the S25 Ultra come out, and we all know that I've told you a million times in terms of upgrades, it's not really much of an upgrade over the S24 Ultra. So let's talk about the upgrades you can expect from the Find N3 to the Find N5, and in turn, for those watching, the Oneplus Open to the Oneplus Open 2, because in the Western market, they're the same phones. Let's go. Now, the best place to start would be with the actual phone itself, the design, the dimensions. And you can take this as an upgrade or not. I guess it just depends on your perspective. If you like a smaller, heavier phone, then you will prefer the N3. But if you like a thinner, lighter, larger foldable device, you're going to love what OPPO have done with the N5, because the OPPO Find N5 is not only larger and lighter than the N3, with an 8.1 inch inner screen and a 6.6 inch outer screen, the OPPO N5 becomes suddenly the largest foldable phone you can buy. And coming in at 219 grams reportedly, that figure's not official, but it'll be round about that. It's one of the lightest, if not joint with the X Fold 3 standard version as the lightest foldable phone available. And the pièce de résistance, the 9.1mm folded dimension. Yes, the OPPO N5 has become the largest foldable phone in terms of screen sizes, and the thinnest and the lightest all in one go. So again, unless you want a smaller, heavier device, there can be no debate that the N5 is a massive upgrade in terms of dimensions and design over the Find N3. And then we need to talk about the other massive upgrade, in my opinion, and I don't see much debate here. This is obviously not subjective, this is just sheer facts. Battery. The OPPO N3 or Oneplus Open was a 4800 mAh cell that would offer you 80 watts wired charging, but no wireless charging. The OPPO Find N5 or Oneplus Open 2 offers a 5600 mAh cell with 80 watts wired and 50 watts wireless charging. So yes, the new N5 has wireless charging on deck while still being the thinnest and lightest. It's actually a feat of engineering that I don't think a lot of us can appreciate. Yeah, pretty incredible. And now I want to talk about the other key area for me. For me, display, battery and cameras. That's my top 3 priorities when choosing a mobile phone. And in terms of cameras, I've seen a lot of people saying that this is a downgrade. I just think you're wrong, like quite wrong. If you look at the specs on paper, you may think that the ultra-wide camera has had a bit of a downgrade, which you'd be right in saying the megapixels have gone down. But I can promise you, with the sensor they're using, it will produce similar, if not better, photos. And then let's talk facts about the main lens. It is now a 50 megapixel 1/1.4 inch sensor. New lens attached to it. The new Sony lens is included with a wider and better aperture, meaning it is better than the main lens on the N3, which is a 48 megapixel 1/1.4 inch sensor with the older Sony sensor. And then the telephoto also gets a bump up to 50 megapixels with a new lens, with a better aperture, with a bigger sensor. So other than the ultra wide, which again we need to test, this is not a downgrade. Factually, the camera system on the OPPO N5 and OnePlus Open 2 is better than its predecessors. And then the final massive one before I talk about a couple other small upgrades is the chipset. Because OnePlus and OPPO have done, in my opinion, the right thing, they've waited 2 years to upgrade. That should actually be the flagship cycle, if I'm honest, every 2 years. But OPPO and OnePlus have gone from the 8 Gen 2 chip from Snapdragon to the Snapdragon Elite chip. Now, to put that in perspective, the 8 Gen 2 chip with a 4800 mAh cell was giving you decent screen on time of like 7.5 hours. The Elite chip with a 5600 mAh cell will give you 10 to 11 hours of screen on time. And the performance is obviously better, even though I don't think it's that noticeable. Again, a major upgrade. And now I just want to touch on a few other things I've noticed from trailers and from what I'm hearing in rumours, and that's to do with internals. Obviously we've talked chipset, but when it comes to Android versions, the original OnePlus comes with Android 13. However, it's still in the upgrade cycle, so you will still get Android 15 supported when it's released. But out the box, the OPPO and the OnePlus Open 2 will have Android 15. And it looks like, even with the Chinese version of the N5, you obviously have full Google Play services, just toggle on in the settings menu. But I have confirmation that Google Gemini will be on deck through the hard key settings as well. So you can say that word, or you can long press the side power button to bring up your Gemini assistant. This is massive in terms of Chinese ROMs. Now, of course, the global version of the N5 and the OnePlus Open 2 will also have this, but for the Chinese version to get this, that's pretty goddamn huge. So in terms of, is this an upgrade? In my opinion, yes, it absolutely is. If you've watched any of my previous videos, more often than not, I'm telling you, if you've got the previous version, you maybe don't need to upgrade to the most recent one. However, with the OPPO and the OnePlus, I can firmly stand by my decision to tell you, yes, this is absolutely worth the upgrade. And I know, and I absolutely see the comments coming. Of course you're going to say this, you sell the phone. You know this by now. I could not care. I have panned the Sharp Aquos which I sell. I have told you not to upgrade from certain other phones when I sell the new versions. I am just saying, in my opinion, a 2-year upgrade to the OPPO N5 or the OnePlus Open 2 is going to be game-changing for you. So, that's it. Should you upgrade or not? In terms of everything else, listen, it's UFS 4.0, it's Bluetooth 5.3, it's 5G with some more bands than the original N3 Chinese version. But again, that will have a global release, as will the OnePlus Open 2. A lot of exciting things happening with OnePlus and OPPO over the next couple of weeks. As mentioned, any orders now will ship on the week beginning the 26th of February, on that Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, that's it. That's my 10 cents thrown into the hat there. Leave your comments down below if I'm missing anything that has downgraded. And yeah, I'll be back soon with more content as always. Until then,